Hello there. My name's Pete the Cat. Well, not really. My name's Mrs. Barrelson. Kids like to call me Mrs. B. And today I'm dressed up as Pete the Cat. You can see I even have a tail, and I've got on the right color shoes. So, this is one of my favorite stories. It's called Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. And in this book, and a lot of times when Eric Litwin, also known as Mr. Eric, when he writes a story, he likes to have it teach you a little lesson, a little moral. So while you're listening to this, be thinking about what's the moral of the story? What are you supposed to learn because you read the book? That's what I love about books, is they kind of help me learn how to be a better person. All right, so let's get into it. So on our cover, we've got Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes, by Eric Litwin, and the art is by his friend James Dean. And on the back, it's like Pete the Cat's kind of peeking out there. All right, Pete the Cat, I love my white shoes. Pete the Cat, I love my white shoes. Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. He loved his white shoes so much that he sang this little song. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped into a large pile of strawberries. What color did his shoes turn? You know. Red. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Everything is cool, he's thinking right here. Everything is cool. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped into a large pile of blueberries. What color did it turn his shoes? You got it. Blue. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Awesome. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped into a large puddle of mud. What color did his shoes turn now? Brown. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Now he's thinking groovy. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water, and all of the brown, and all of the blue, and all of the red washed away. What color were his shoes again? White! You're right. But now they were wet. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Rock and roll. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I like the way that the illustrator put here on the picture, squeak, squeak, squeak. You've probably had wet shoes before that make that squeaking sound too. So, like I said, every time you hear one of these kind of stories about Pete, he likes to have a little moral at the end. And the moral of this story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song. Because it's all good.